Overall, we're going to have ourselves another chilly afternoon by late April standards. East River with highs struggling to get out of the 50s, even a couple of afternoon showers possible up to the northeast. Out west, we're doing better. We're warmer, 60s with a mix of sun and clouds. Then overnight lows drop into the 30s to the east. 40s though out to the west. Again, a few isolated showers not out of the question in a few locations. Then all eyes go to Tuesday. We'll talk about that and the rest of your forecast coming up. Until then, midday in KELOLAND starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
Sioux Falls police have identified the two teens killed in a deadly crash. And voters in the swing states say the economy is a major factor in their votes. Well, good afternoon and thanks for having us in. Catastrophic. That's how Sioux Falls police described the Saturday morning crash that killed two 15-year-olds. Police identified the victims as Milana Reeves and Eric Hopkins. 5 others inside the SUV went to the hospital. They range in age from 13 to 17 years old. Police say multiple people were thrown from the SUV when it crashed into a central Sioux Falls home.
Been doing this job, 17, 18 years, and I certainly can't think of an accident that I've been to that's been more catastrophic than this. This was a very, very, very serious scene, and quite frankly, very tragic that we lost 2 lives in this, but also an absolute miracle that we don't have 7 deceased in this.
Police say they will investigate the crash to the fullest extent and will work with the Minnehaha County State's Attorney's Office to determine whether anyone will be charged. At this point, police say witnesses confirm that the SUV was speeding. They're waiting on tests to determine whether drugs or alcohol were also factors in the crash. 3 Brookings businesses failed an alcohol compliance check on Thursday. According to the Brookings Police Department, 10 businesses were checked and 3 served to underage buyers. The 3 failed businesses were Deuces Casino, La Cantina, and Guadalajara. Turning now to a first look at your midday forecast with meteorologist Adam Rutz. And, well, the rain has ended for the most part, right, Adam?
For now.
Yeah.
I'd love to say for multiple days, but you get one day. It's better than nothing, I suppose. And we need more time considering just how much rain we had yesterday. Here's a view from Falls Park, and the Big Sioux River is quite full. 46, a west wind is 16 miles per hour. Sioux Falls at the airport had almost 1 2/3 inches of rain yesterday. And that set a new record, being the old mark by about 3/10 of an inch, and that record was set in 1896. So yeah, we're talking about a lot of moisture, and we're probably going to see more before the month is over. Speaking of rain, we have a couple of showers in Aberdeen right now. 46 at the campus of Northern State with a westerly wind at 11 miles per hour. Notice that pool of chilly air up to the north and east. 42 for Watertown right now. 43 Sisseton and Ortonville. Mobridge at 47. Even a couple of snow showers this morning toward the North Dakota border. But we are going to be warming up to a decent extent tomorrow. Meanwhile, if you want milder temperatures, there's Rapid City at 63, 62 for Buffalo, even 59 in Spearfish and 58 for Pine Ridge, but that's about as good as we are going to be able to do for the time being. We should try to break into more sunshine out to the west. Speaking of the west, that's the direction of our wind in general right now, 10 to 20 miles per hour to the east. Calmer, though, out to the west. For the rest of your afternoon, we're going to be watching those little showers up in Aberdeen move on through, really not amounting to much beyond maybe a few hundredths of an inch all total before they move through Watertown, then eventually Millbank, Sisseton, and into Ortonville as well. So again, not much, but it's going to be a precursor of what we watch as we head into the day on Tuesday, where we have the potential for, unfortunately, more active weather. Today, though, mainly quiet, also mainly cloudy and chilly to the east. 50s and a couple of low 60s toward Yankton and Wagner, but they're going to be the outliers in southeastern portions of KELOLAND. 40s today, maybe as good as you do from Sisseton to Watertown, even Canby barely getting to 50, low to mid 50s elsewhere with a couple of showers to the northeast. Out west, we do better, 60s, even near 70 toward Hot Springs and Valentine. But like I said, we're not done with the active weather yet. In fact, we have several opportunities for rain, and Tuesday will be something to watch if you're East River. We'll talk about all of that coming up in your extended forecast.
Thank you, Adam. Nature struck with deadly and violent force over the weekend as dozens of tornadoes ripped through the plains. The hardest hit state, Oklahoma, where the small city of Sulphur had much of its main street, as you can see here, reduced to rubble. More than 100 tornadoes are reported to have struck since Friday across the Midwest and the South. With a little more than 6 months to go before the presidential election, new CBS polling shows that it's a very tight race in the three battleground states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Skylar Henry has more from Washington.
Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. The first CBS News Battleground Tracker poll of 2024 found all three are in a statistical tie between President Biden and former President Trump.
I just asked people to start the campaign, how do these candidates make you feel? And the top answer for each of them was worried.
Both men have been visiting the three states, which Biden won in 2020, to share their views on the economy.
We know the best way to build an economy is from the middle out and the bottom up.
We will quickly rebuild the greatest economy in the history of the world.
In all three states, 80% of voters say the economy is a major factor in their vote, and Trump has an early edge. In Pennsylvania, only 21% of registered voters said they think they would be financially better off if Biden is reelected, compared to 47% if Trump returns to office. And more than 60% in those states say the economy was good during the Trump administration. Back in 2020, when asked the same question, only about a third of voters answered that way. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Vice President Harris is in Atlanta this afternoon to kick off a series of events focused on the economy, while former President Trump travels to Wisconsin and Michigan on Wednesday. A swap meet with a focus on classic cars and parts is set to make its return to Sioux Falls. The event is this Sunday at the WH Line Fairgrounds and will feature more than 100 vendors offering everything from license plates to complete cars.
Signs, there'll be toys, there'll be sales literature. Maybe you have a 67 Camaro and you need a sales literature piece for it, or you need an owner's manual because most of the time those got thrown away and stuff like that.
Now, the swap meet runs from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday. Admission is $3. The space inside the expo building is sold out, but there is still room for vendors outdoors.